Say the weird thing. People are desperately seeking realness.
If there was a law that made it illegal for women to be side pieces, it wouldn't be men that'd be mad about it. It'd be women. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ziggy Doom, man. How is everybody doing? Almost summertime. Kids about to be out of school. Son about to graduate. I don't know if y'all can see the shirt. Seeing like the one I got. Shout out Doom Doom. Getting ready for that. But in this podcast, y'all saw the intro, right? I want to expand on that because it's a pretty controversial topic, and a lot of people are having different opinions on it and stuff. So I figure I would just do what I do best, run my mouth and elaborate on this side piece thing. So when I made the comment about if there was a law against being a side piece, men wouldn't be mad, it would be women. This is where that came from. So we all know this is just the simple. I'm gonna give y'all the simple answer and then I'll expand on it. We all know that there are more women on this earth than men. We know that. That's proven. So by that alone, if every man was to have a woman, a man, a woman, one man, one woman, then there would be women that would be left out. They would be left out. Those women have two choices. They can either share a man, be a side piece, share a man, or stay single. Those are the only two choices. So when I made a comment about how if being a side piece was illegal, women would be mad, not necessarily men, that's what I was talking about. And we have to be honest, right? We have to be completely honest with this. Now, there's two different types of side pieces. There's the side pieces that know they side pieces, and there's the side pieces that don't know they side pieces. Either way, you still a side piece, right? Now, sometimes a woman can date a man and not know he's in a relationship and not know she was a side piece. And then she, gets out of it. Like, hey, I'm out of here. And I find out you got a girl. I'm not going to be a side piece. I'm out. That's fine. But guess what? Believe it or not, you still were a side piece, just unknowingly. So yes, technically that title still hovers over your head. I was a side piece, just with a caveat. I was a side piece / but I didn't know it. You still was a side piece. And then there's the side pieces that know they're side pieces. I don't know who in this world is delusional, but there are women on this planet that are okay with being side pieces. What I mean by that, they are okay with knowing that their man or the guy they're seeing is in a full-blown relationship and they still, are involved with them. Whoever finna sit on here and say, man, don't know women do that, they lying. Okay, there are women that will meet a man and the man is married and they'll say, hey, I'm married, but I'm separated, or I'm married, but my wife ain't making me happy, or I'm married, but we finna get a divorce. Whatever reason they use, ma'am, if he's married and you're still dealing with him, you automatically are a side piece. It doesn't matter what you tell yourself in your head. Well, he's gonna leave her soon. He doesn't really love her. We're gonna be together anyway. You still the side piece. His wife is his main, regardless of what you think, regardless of what you tell yourself at night to help you sleep. Yeah, I'm dealing with a married man, but he loves me, or he says he loves me, or he in the bed with me every night. You a side piece, period. Accept it. So that's what I was talking about. Now imagine if that was a law, right? And men and every man had a woman. So by the fact that there's more women than men, every man has a woman. There's going to be women that's left out. So now you can't be a side piece because of the law. You're going to be mad. The women that don't know how to be alone, and trust me, I know a lot of women that do not know how to be alone. They have to be in a relationship. They get out of one relationship, they in another one. They get out of that one, they in another one. They just don't know how to be alone and be happy. So those women are going to be mad. They're going to say, why is it illegal to be a side piece? What is a single woman supposed to do? Stay single. Or break the law, And before someone says I'm chauvinistic, because that was one of the comments on my TikTok. We can flip this script. We can take this same conversation and apply it to men. But you got to remember, there are more women than men on this planet. So by that design, if every man had to be with a woman, there would be no single men because it's more women. If we want to break it down like that. But what about men being side pieces? And another thing, there are men that are side pieces too, and they perfectly fine with it. They're perfectly fine with it. That doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it cool. It doesn't make it any less degrading than a woman that's a side piece. But y'all know how society is, man. Y'all know how society is. Society looks at women doing these things differently than men. A man can have a whole bunch of notches on his belt. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And society will say, well, that's just how he is, you know. But a woman with a whole bunch of notches on her belt, society is going to look at that woman differently. Now, that woman may not look at herself differently. That woman may look in the mirror and say, yes, I've slept with 10 different men, and I'm still a great woman. I'm still a good woman. I still have substance. I still have value. And that could be true. But what is society going to say? 10 men? You slept with 10 men? You had 10 different men in your bed? You know, y'all know it's women out there that got 10 different men in their bed. Society's going to say, if you slept with 10 different men and you on your 11th man or 9th or whatever, then there's an issue with you. That's society. That's not me, right? My opinion is, hey, you know, do what makes you happy, you know. But society accepts men who have more notches on their belt more than it accepts women that have notches on their belt. And ultimately, we everyone deserves to be happy. But we got to accept that there are side pieces. There are women out here that are actively side pieces. Actively. What I mean by that is they know the guy they dating is dealing with somebody else and they still deal with them. That's a side piece. Now you can tell yourself, hey, he got another girl and he got me, but I'm his main girl. And that's fine. Now this ain't got nothing to do with polygamy. Polygamy is a whole different bag. Right? That's when when two women are actively like dating one person and they both know each other and everyone is in agreement. The side piece is the woman that has to keep it on the down low. She can't tell her coworkers that she's dating this guy, you know, because he's married, or her coworker is the guy's wife or stuff like that. That's when you a side piece. When you got to keep it hush hush. If you're not sure. Because there's women that probably don't know that they side pieces, right? They wake up every morning, oh, the world's great, the sky's blue, grass is green. I'm not a side piece. If you can't tell nobody about the relationship you in, and that guy, if he's married, yeah, you're a side piece. But if you can't tell nobody, you got to keep it on the low. Maybe you're a side piece. Maybe that guy got some stuff going on and he don't want you to mess up. So let's not be delusional. My TikTok was very valid, very legitimate. It made a good point about women being mad as far as being a side piece. Don't be delusional. Let's not be delusional. You know, men are side pieces too. Men have been side pieces, but society accepts that kind of behavior more. I'm not saying it's right. Once again, it's the same way of being degrading, but society accepts that more. Matter of fact, it's dudes that are perfectly fine with being a side piece, you know, because being a side piece can have its benefits. You don't have to deal with the day-to-day, the constant. You don't have to take them here and there, do this and that. You're just there for certain, you know, activities. And, you know, if you're okay with that, cool. There are women that are perfectly fine with being side pieces. You know, they ain't got to deal with a man 24/7. Let his wife or his main girl take care of him. And, you know, when she ain't acting right, you know, then he go to the side piece. Some women are perfectly fine with being side pieces. And unfortunately, there are women that don't know they side pieces. And some of it's delusion. Because how do you not know you a side piece? Let's talk about that. How do you not know you a side piece? What do you see when you look in the mirror every day? Do you see perfection, flawlessness? I put my makeup on and I'm just magnificent. Any man deals with me is going to be honest and tell me the truth. There's no way I could be a side piece. Why can't you? Why can't you be a side piece? What makes you exempt from being a side piece? Like, first of all, if you've been involved with a man that was married, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. I don't care what your friends tell you. You a side piece. And it only takes being a side piece one time, right? You could have knowingly or unknowingly, you are a side piece one time. That is what you are. You become a side piece, not necessarily overall, right? Like I'm not a complete side piece, but I've been a side piece. Period. You steal one time, that makes you a thief. You lie one time, that makes you a liar. You are a side piece once. You was a side piece. That could be how someone describes you. Hey, how was old girl? Oh yeah, she was a side piece. She was dating with him and he was married. That may not be you now, but all it takes is once. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've been all over the world. I've been all over the world. I can't think of two women in the same area that haven't fit that mold of side piece, whether they knew it or not. I can't. I got sisters. I got co-workers. I got female friends. I just can't think of two in the same area that both of them just never were side pieces, knowingly or unknowingly. So we gotta. When I made that, obviously it was gonna be controversial, and obviously it was gonna seem chauvinistic and being a feminist or not a feminist, being pro male or Andrew Tate, for lack of better words. But I just call it how I see it, y'all. There are women out here that are side pieces. There's women watching this video knowing they were side pieces and gonna be like, yeah, I was never a side piece. There will be women that may watch this video and try to justify why they was a side piece. How do you justify being a side piece? Just say I was a side piece. Keep it moving. Now, if you've been a side piece knowingly more than once, like I know I was a side piece before, I was dating a married man. I'm gonna date another married man and be a side piece again. That's habitual. Now that could be your title. Like you got some serious, unless you enjoy being a side piece, right? I don't want to take nothing away from the women that wake up. I enjoy being a side piece. I ain't take nothing away from y'all. But the women that have been side pieces multiple times, you ain't convinced that you can fool yourself, but you can't fool me. And y'all know who y'all are. You know who you are. Have you dated more than one married man? Have you been in a relationship with more than one man knowing that he got a girl? Oh, here's a good one. This is a real good one. He lives with a woman that he dated, but he ain't seeing no more. And you're in a relationship with him. And somehow in your head, you don't seem to think that you a side piece. You can't go to his house, right? Can't go to his house. Can't talk to him throughout certain times of the day. But somehow you don't think you're a side piece. Ladies, we got to stop being delusional. We got to be real with ourselves, man. Like, what kind of relationship requires everything to be incognito, quiet? Well, you can't go to work and talk about your boyfriend. All your coworkers can talk about this, but you're the one at work, so you can't say nothing about it. You may get in trouble at work because you want to date people you shouldn't be dating. And y'all know who y'all are. Y'all know who y'all are. They out there, And is it my fault? No. I'm just speaking on it. But I'm not speaking on stuff that I have no clue what I'm talking about. If I'm saying it, I got examples. I definitely got examples, okay? So it's just not something I'm pulling up out of my butt. This is a real thing. So that side piece stuff that I said on TikTok, it's valid. Y'all go over to my TikTok and watch the video. Well, I showed y'all the video. Look at the comments, because it's one of those controversial things. And I'm not afraid to talk about it. I talked about the passport bros, dudes that think they can spend money to go overseas and find a great woman, and because ain't no good women in America. Even the guys that say stuff like, well, ain't no good black women. Non-black women treat us better than black women. Like, really? You can't speak for an entire race. You can speak on your experiences. You can say, no black women I dated were good to me, so non-black women, but you can't speak for the whole race. All black women are ungrateful, all black. You can't do that. Passport bros. Well, we spend money to get women from third world countries because all American women are stuck up. No, just the ones you dealt with. Like these narratives, man, and I'm gonna talk about it because my opinion is my opinion, and I don't care who I offend. That's kind of the whole point. Like, if you're offended, then I'm clearly talking about you. But think about it. Why would you get offended because I'm talking about a side piece? Why would that offend you? Why would you get offended because I'm saying you can't put all of one race in the same category, and that's why you date outside that race? Come on, man. If I say, well, you're old, bald-headed, overweight, you got to go overseas and spend money on a woman, that's not a flex. Why would you get offended? Unless it's true, right? Come on, man. I don't like harbor, like, if someone doesn't like me, that's not my problem. That's their problem. So why would I bite my tongue on my podcast, on my channel, because I don't want to offend certain people? That's not me, y'all. And anyone knows me in real life knows that's not me. I will call a fool if they ask me. You think I'm a fool? Yep, I think you're a fool. Do you think this dress make me look fat? No, I think you make you look fat. Did I do something really stupid? Yep, you did something really stupid. That's me. And I'm this way with my children on a don't think that I have some kind of reserves for anyone, because anybody can get it. Shout out this dude on TikTok that used to say that. I don't know his name, but I'm gonna shout him out because that's where I got that from. Anybody can get it. Yeah. But that's it, man. Like, if you a side piece and you don't know you a side piece, maybe take a little bit of time to get to know the person you deal with. Geez, I talked about that already, but why do y'all just jump from relationship to relationship? Like, how many dents are gonna be in your bed before you wake up and say, okay, maybe I should like slow down or figure out what I got going on? Side piece, like, come on, man. We if you know that you a side piece and you're happy with it, good on you. I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking you if you happy being a side piece, right? I'm not knocking it. But if you a side piece and you like, well, I ain't never been a side piece, good for you. Good for you. That's a thing too, right? Let me say that because I know how this internet is. If you've never been a side piece in your whole life, congratulations. This podcast ain't even for you. You ain't even got nothing to watch this for. But if you are a side piece and you don't know it, when you find out, I mean, if you didn't enjoy it, just be more selective of who you date. If you a side piece and you continue to do it, hey, if you're in denial and you continue to do it, then that's a problem, because you got to ask yourself certain questions like, can I go to his house whenever I want? Can I talk about him at work? Can we take pictures together and I post it on the internet? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all be really tripping. You gonna date a guy and you can't take a picture with him? You gonna be intimate with a guy, but you can't go to his house whenever you want? You know he got a wife, so when she walk in the room, you got to be quiet. You are a bona fide side piece. And I know women in real life. I'm looking at this camera because they probably watching this like, yeah, he talking about me. I know women in real life that date married men and just play the sideline. And somehow they think they're just the greatest thing since sliced bread. No, you're a side piece. And if you're a side piece, that means you're the option. You're not in front, you on the side. Side piece, that's what it's called. That's what you are. I didn't make you that way, so why get mad at me? Oh yeah, and by the way, I have been a side piece, okay? I've been a side piece, y'all. I don't know who would be surprised by that, but I've been a side piece, absolutely. Knowingly been a side piece. Woke up like, yep, I'm a side piece. And that was a choice for me. So if somebody walks up to me and says, Ziggy, what you talking about? You was a side piece? Yeah, I was. Absolutely. I was a side piece. Willingly, knowingly, and unknowingly. Now, when I didn't know, that's when I got out of town. Because if a woman has to hide that, she in a relationship, right? And she telling me all these things, Oh, you the best, you the greatest, Lord. I get tired of hearing it. You the greatest. I ain't never, nobody ever did this, made me feel blah, blah. I can't see myself with nobody else but you. You drive me, blah, 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 blah. They got a whole boyfriend? Yeah, bro, something wrong with you. I'm out of there. That's scary. But willingly, yeah, I have. I have a very colorful background that, it's not a badge of honor, but I don't sugarcoat it, right? Like I've been a side piece, so I'm not going to bash side pieces. That's not what this is about. This is about acknowledging the truth. If there was a law against being a side piece, there would be more women mad than men because every man would be in a relationship. So what would they be mad for? But there are women who don't know how to be alone, can't sleep in their bed at night, got to date somebody. If all the men taken by design, they got to be a side piece. That's all I was saying, y'all. Wasn't nothing personal. It was just the weird thing that people needed to hear, but it's uncomfortable. That's all I did. And that's what I want to talk about on this podcast. So don't take any of this personal. Don't lose any sleep at night. Don't watch this podcast and then see me in real life. I know y'all are. And then be mad because I'm not going to change my narrative. You think I'm a side piece? Well, yeah, I do. Why? Because look at what you did. One married person, one person in a relationship, okay. 2, 3, 4, it's a habit. Fix yourself. But I digress. But that'll be it for this podcast, y'all. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts. Got the summer coming up, yada, 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 yakety, yakety, yak. I'm going to try to put out some more music for my people that like my music. And people that still support me, y'all be sure to like, share, subscribe, leave it in the comments. I'm going to keep putting these things out there. They're going to get more and more controversial, but I feel it's my duty to talk about what everybody else ain't talking about. I don't got the friendly podcast. I got the one that's going to be like either make you think or make you mad. But it's going to make you do something. So maybe make you unsubscribe. Who knows? But that's it, man. Until the next YouTube video, be easy.